Welcome everybody to another Amigo with an Ego podcast. This time, this is on a different channel because I decided to just split up my channels. If you're here from my other channel, which is mostly about unboxings, playtests, reviews, stuff like that, this is going to be more focused on vlogs and podcast. And it's kind of a fresh start for me in a different area as well. So I'm hoping I can really stay focused on both channels doing something because I just feel like it's just easier, I guess, in a way having two different channels. So if you're here from the other channel, thank you. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. And hopefully you enjoy the content that I put out there. It's mostly a lot of stuff, me just rambling on the podcast, but hopefully you guys can enjoy it as well. So I was thinking, what could I do for my first podcast on this channel? I didn't really get to do an introduction on my last channel as far as podcast. I kind of just jumped into it. I was in a bad place at the time, kind of in a better place, trying to be more positive. So I want to try to make this first podcast something positive, something that I can look back and really enjoy my first podcast because I really didn't get to do that with my other one. So I'm gonna do that with this one. In today's podcast, I've seen where athletes write letters to their younger selves. So I'm going to do my podcast on that. Hopefully, this is all just off the top of my head, nothing planned. So hopefully, this goes pretty good. Maybe not try to make it too long, but long enough where I can get in enough stuff in, I guess. So that might be a little weird to some people, but for me, it's just something, like I said, that I'll be able to look back and listen to and something that I enjoy doing for myself. So, with that being said, I'm going to get started on this. So, my name, for those of you who don't know my name is Luis. And things I want to say to little Luis. I want to tell you, don't be afraid of things. I want you to remember that you can do anything in this life. Um, don't worry about what your parents tell you. They don't know better. They weren't taught some things. And you don't have to have the same mentality as them. But you still will learn a lot from them. You may not know it at that point in time, but going forward, you're going to take a lot away from them. The only thing that I ask for you to change is your fear of things. Don't be afraid to try stuff. Of course, you're going to get over this later on in life, but if you do it much younger, I think it's going to be a lot better. Also, remember to focus on school. You started off so good on school, and I don't know what happened. You kind of just gave up. Although you will get a college degree, but when you're older, you're kind of stuck in the in between phase for a longer time than you probably should be. So remember, stick to school. Now, along with school, there's sports. The soccer team, when you get to high school, is going to be a new program, and that's your chance. Maybe you weren't so focused on soccer. Maybe you didn't like soccer then, but let me tell you, you're going to like soccer a lot as you get older. And it's also going to help you inspire you to create a YouTube channel. And speaking about YouTube, man, you liked having cameras. Your father really pushed that on you, the camera situation, because he was always filming your birthday parties and things like that. So remember, use a camera all the time. You took pictures when you're for your little niece's birthday, which later on you're going to DJ her wedding and also be a photographer there, which is kind of cool. So anytime you want to film something, film it, put it on camera, and then you're gonna get an iPhone in 2006. Now that iPhone, who cares about that? But what's important is there's a YouTube app on there. I think you should know that you should document everything and put it on that little app. Something may happen. Who knows? I feel you should have taken advantage of that. So remember those things. Also, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but that's okay. There's always second chances. Not everything has a second chance, but most of the things. Tell people around you that you love them, your loved ones. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how long they're going to be here. So it's just important for you to always remember to tell the people that you love them. And one other thing, with that being said, don't be so stubborn. Don't hold grudges. People make mistakes, as you will too. And you got to learn to forgive. You got to learn to let go. It's okay. Also, remember that you are an individual. You are one of a kind person. You don't have to have things that other people have. You don't have to do things that other people do. Now, you're not a follower. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, when you look at others and you're like, man, I wish I could do that. Or I wish I had this amount of money. You kind of got to let that go. Just remember to be yourself. Be free. Take chances. Go after opportunities. You're going to move away from home for a few years, and then you're going to end up in Orlando. I don't know how you got here. I don't know what, but you're going to end up there, and it's going to open up new possibilities. You're going to struggle a lot. You're going to be stressed out. You may even be depressed, but just remember that you can fight through it all, and it's going to be okay. You're going to have surprises that are going to come to you that you're not going to expect or want, but you're going to welcome them. And they're going to grow on you. Just trust me on that. So, little Luis, just remember that there's mistakes that you're going to make, but that's okay. Keep fighting, keep pushing. Tell your loved ones you love them every single day that you can. And just remember to go out and take chances. This has been your Amigo with an Ego podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one.